We got a lot of naked ladies today.
That's for powdered sugar. Remember waffle?
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Good morning, good folk. Welcome back to the dining room of the 1925 bungalow. I'm Scott. I'm sitting here at the table and I've got an Art Deco thrift haul for you. It's all for sale and I am late. This all went up for sale in the eBay store about 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago. And it's all running for 7 days. The auctions run for 7 days. And so depending on when you see this video, there might not be that much time left. So if you see anything you're interested in, feel free to jump over to the Old Curiosity Shop. Now, the link to my eBay store can always be found in the description box right below this video. And so you can go down there and find that link. And you can also tell me at the end of the video, what was your favorite item? Are you into it? Are you not? We all have different likes and dislikes. I know that you know some of mine, and I don't mind if you tell me some of yours. That's what makes life interesting, right? Chocolate and vanilla, salt and pepper, up and down. All right, enough of that. And we're gonna start with this fantastic piece right here, which is Art Deco chrome. The actual patent on the glass holder with the insert, was around 1933. Now it was Cambridge who made the glass for, we'll turn her upside down, and Farber Brothers. This is, yes, Farber Brothers of Brooklyn. And so what they patented in the early 30s was this type of chrome holder, right? Cambridge made the glass usually, and then it would just snap down in there. That's the same as the little cocktail glasses that I've had before and other pieces. But let's look at her. She is got no clothes on. Woo! It's a little chilly out there for that, darling. And we'll turn her around and we'll see her little bootay. There she is. And what is she doing? She's holding up nuts or mints or candy or your false teeth if you're very fancy that way. Now, you can also find this with several different colors of glass as the insert. I think the cobalt is the best. I've seen amethyst, of course, and purple. I'm sorry, amethyst is purple, sort of. Green, amber, what other, like a light ice blue, but look at that cobalt blue. We have one tiny, can't even hardly, right on the inside, and my camera never really focuses when I try to get up close, but it is on the inside rim. You'll see it better. If you want to see that little tiny chip, you can see that when you go on the auction site. That's a good one. Put that in the middle of the bridge table, your next poker party or pinochle or whatever it is. This is a fantastic example of Art Deco that comes out of Japan in the early to mid 1930s. It's geometric, it's colorful, and it is hand painted. This is all hand painted on the front. Lusterware in Japan. That is a 9-inch plate there. Yeah, that's a 9-inch plate with tab handles and perfect for serving little cakes and cookies and this and that and the third. There's no damage on it and the colors just jump off of that. This was so, we look at this now and we're accustomed to it, but everybody was used to eating off stuff like that, I love this, I'm not poo-pooing it, but English transfer where this comes along and whoo, What a shock. So, excellent condition. Boy, I'm gonna kind of hate to see that one go. Speaking of great colors and also made in Japan, is this muffineer. This goes to a breakfast set. And of course, when you see these sort of oversized salt and pepper shakers that look like they've been to the gym working out, and large holes and holes all around the side, that's for powdered sugar. Remember waffle sets at the breakfast table? So we're putting powdered sugar all over our waffles. We can then use this to pour syrup on our waffles or heavy cream or whatever you'd like. This is all Art Deco today. Probably Macbeth Evans. They did a lot of this frosted pebbly type stuff. I've got 4 of these cocktail tumblers. They're all sitting right here, and the platinum rings are in excellent condition. I want you to take note of that. We don't have any damage on those platinum rings. You'll find lots of pieces of this, many different accessories. See, a little bit better. This is about an 8-ounce tumbler or so. 4 of those. Boy, okay. I've not broken anything yet on this table or in a live video, but one of these days it's going to happen. The Gonder Pottery Company, this was a standard line of theirs, a standard production line. It's not rare, but there's almost no end to the different colors, the glazes that they used for this mid-century abstract 1940s Art Deco-ish vase. And it's kind of hard to see the mark on the bottom. You probably can't even see it, but it is a Gonder piece, and it is signed. It's under the glaze, and it's signed right here, Gonder. I bet I can count at least 10 different color combinations of glazes on this piece. And when I first saw it, I said, oh, I don't know. That's kind of a spicy mustard color. And it wasn't really working for me, but now I really like it. And the inside is pink. Look at that. So the pink interior, this is pottery, American art pottery. And it's just an abstract vase, and I kind of like the spicy mustard. So, and it has no chips or cracks in it. It's in wonderful shape. This piece here, don't you dare Google image it and tell me who made it, because everybody made it. What do I mean by that? Well, it's not marked on the bottom. All it has is a number. But you will find this form, this naked lady doing her little scarf dance, lampshades, bookends, lamp bases, flower frogs, yeah, candlestick holders will be incorporated into this. And this is just a figurine. It's not a flower frog. There could have been 2 of them to be sort of like a garniture, is that what they call it? You know, when you have on the mantle. But, and I can name 5 different companies, bam, 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 that might have made it, because it's, again, we've talked about it before. If it was successful, people copied it. They did a little change in the design. Maybe they gave her a different hairdo. Maybe the little squigglies down here were a little bit different. They would patent that. They would make those changes, and they imitated each other. So here she is. She's made of lusterware. She's pottery. And this is a yellowish luster color down here. And then she's gilded, and someone rubbed some of the gold off of part of her. I don't know what. She's not chipped right there. She just is missing a little gilding. So we'll turn her around. They're not very detailed on the back side. Not very detailed on the face either. See that? This was a cheap piece. This is not an expensive, nice piece of art pottery. It's probably made in the USA, very inexpensively for somebody who wanted something modern, a modern design, but very low relief on the figure itself. It's nice, and it's no chips or cracks, no repairs. So there she is. Woo! We got a lot of naked. We got a lot of naked ladies today. Well, just those two. There will be no more naked ladies in here today. Another lusterware piece, and this is charming. Now this one is also made in Japan. Look at that. Look at the colors. These bold Art Deco colors, stylized flowers. Man, when this hit the public in the late 20s and into the 30s, look at that. That's the Japan mark there. And sometimes these were drilled out and made into lamps, and sometimes it was this would happen in a factory that they would do that. But this one is there's a leaf down in there in the bottom. So made in Japan, a lusterware vase, and that stands, I don't know, about 6 inches tall. I love this little set right here. Coffee, tea, whatever you please. Wonderful. And it is, these are matching, and we'll see here as we look a little bit closer. We have the coffee pot, teapot, serve whatever you want. Cream and sugar with lid, and underpants. Now the underplate, well, let's show you how we know that this is a matching set. Look at the two? It is 3 vertical lines here. I guess they're not ribs. I guess ribs would go right to left. They're supposed to anyway. But here we've got these 3 vertical lines that are also in the pot, as you can see. And here, there we go. And so we have a cream and sugar. Wonderful to have the lid and the lid on the pot. Clean inside, see, ready to serve, ready to use. And what they call the butterscotch Bakelite accents. We like the red lucite, but we love the butterscotch. And there it is. So serve your tea and coffee like Jeeves and Wooster, or the lovely Miss Lemon. She would approve. Captain Hastings wouldn't pay any attention to it, but see? And no mark on that. No mark on that. There's a little tray for the bottom. And the tray has, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's marked and you can't see it. I don't see anything on the tray. Let's try the coffee pot. It simply says stainless chrome on the bottom. So, Farber Brothers usually says Farber Brothers, or Chromecraft, or Evercraft, or Keystone. Keystone would say Keystone, or Chase would say Chase. So this is just stainless chrome, but American-made Art Deco. 1930s, that's a nice one. No dents. It's chrome. It's knocking on the doors of 100 years old. Well, it's right around 90 years old. Nah, it's right around, we'll say it's around 85 years old. Yeah. So some little abrasion scuffs here and there, but there's nothing. It's perfectly usable and ready to go. Look at this cocktail shaker. Now this one has some dents, and you're getting it with, these are not as easy to find. I've got 6 of these. Now I find a lot of the little chrome cocktail cups, but I usually find the ones with a very tall, skinny stem, the bowl at the top, and just a generic bottom. But these, I don't go out and find these every day. These are marked on the bottom, Evercraft, which you'll see right there. It never, ever, ever, I can never figure out how to get things to actually, no. Well, there are 6 of these. You don't believe me? There's 6 of them. I know you believe me. And then they all sit next to this wonderful cocktail shaker. And this one is marked Chase on the bottom. It's got the Chase mark right there. Now the nice thing about this is when we remove the lid, we have the inner strainer, which locks in place. That's gone most of the time. So you push this in and you twist it, and the little teeth in there hold that in place. So you can put ice in this, shake, 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 serve your guests, and the strainer will keep the ice inside. Nice. The black painted details are original. It got dropped on the floor at some point, and there's a little dimple right there. It was a little, somebody dropped it, see, and it went, ouch. This is a little dimple down there. There's one other little one down there where somebody had a little too much one night. They banged it right there. And there's a little dimple in the side there. So, oh, the parties, the Jazz Age parties, can you imagine? And you know, we've talked before about how one of FDR's campaign promises was that he would repeal the Volstead Act, bye-bye Prohibition. And when it was pretty clear that he was going to win, the companies were already manufacturing these sets. They were ready to go as soon as FDR signed, as soon as it was ratified and Prohibition was no longer, you could go out and get these cocktail sets. We didn't have to wait for long. The Americans were ready, you know, to go at it. Okay. The last thing I've got for you is a phantasmic, and I think the electric cord is down inside of it. Another wonderful percolator with a green top. 99 times out of 10, it's clear glass, what they call crystal, which doesn't have anything to do with lead. Sometimes it's fry glass, which is that opalescent jellyfish color. But you'll find the green, you just don't get it as much. You don't find it as much. These are wooden handles that are painted black. This is wooden here, and that's the reason why there's a little bit of a black paint has come off. Leave it the way it is. So this, I took all of this up. You know how I do. In case you don't know, I'll say it once again. I take them apart and I completely clean them inside and out. The whole thing gets polished with 4/0 steel wool. That's what brings up this beautiful shine to it. I test them out electrically. I then drink the coffee, and if my body hair does not fall off, that means it's safe enough for me, and it's probably going to be okay for you too, so then I go ahead and I sell it. So I drink the coffee that comes out of this. Now, this one is a Manning Bowman, I think. Hold on. It is, of course, made in Connecticut, and I will just show you that the innards all of this has been cleaned, and the electric cord is around here somewhere. I think it's down on the floor. I always include a good condition electric cord so you can actually use these pots. Now let's talk about these old percolators for a minute. Those of you who already know, you don't have to listen to me. But for those of you who don't know, you could, coffee pots in those days were either automatic or not. Most of these old percolators that you find are not automatic, which means they don't turn off. So what does that mean? You put your cold water in, you always start with cold water, yeah? And your grounds and all that. Plug the thing in, and after about 5 minutes, you bloop, bloop, bloop. Now you watch it right here. When the coffee gets as dark as you think you like it, then you unplug the thing, yeah? Then you can stick your cup under here, open up the spigot, and there's your coffee. If you don't unplug it, it will run and run and run, and it won't stop until the fuse blows. And there's always a fuse in the bottom of these coffee pots. That's so you don't burn your house down. So if the thing overheats, if you leave it on and go across the street and gossip with your neighbor over the backyard fence, eventually everything is going to evaporate. The fuse will trip and it'll turn itself off. But we don't want that to happen. So here's what I say. Plug them in, use them. Unplug them. Never leave them plugged in. You can go in the bathroom and do your makeup and hairdo and shave and whatnot while the thing is running. Just remember, you got to go out there and unplug it and keep your eye on this and make sure the coffee gets as dark as you like it. And you can use I use an antique percolator every day that I make coffee. And this is just a really nice one. It has no dents in it. There are a few little abrasions here and there. Again, we're talking about a percolator that's going to go all the way back to the Great Depression. So it won't be too long, another 10 years, and these things are going to be 100 years old, yeah? When we start to get into the early 1930s. So I do notice that, and I got to answer the person's question. Somebody on eBay said, is it tall enough to get a cup under it? I guess that depends on how big your cup is. But you can see, this is a very tall mug. And what they mean is if it's sitting on the table, can you get a cup under it? You can certainly get a 1930s size cup, coffee cup under it. This tall mug even fits under there as well. And I can see where you could put it under there while it was sitting on the table. Yes, that has uranium in it. Yes, it's perfectly safe. It will not poison your coffee, and it will glow under a black light if you want to turn your black light on and brew your coffee that way. That's it, everybody. That's it. It's all for sale in the old curiosity shop. All of these things I have gone out and found. I scour the Philadelphia and the New Jersey area for these wonderful things. And I hope that maybe if you like the style of the 1930s, you might find something that you would enjoy using. Don't just put it on a shelf, use it. All of this was relatively inexpensive when it was new, and use it and have fun with it. Now, I'm sure I'll be back sooner or later with something, but right now I've got to go scrape the frost off of my truck, and I'm looking at it right now, and it is still covered in frost. It's in the morning, and it is cold today. Have a nice day. Enjoy yourselves, whatever it is you do, and I'll see you next time. That's it. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, wait for the cat, and so long for now.